From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. We are fascinated on this show by the subject of pregnancy because for most men, a pregnancy you didn't want will make or break your life. Make or break your future. Make or break your finances. Decide what kind of career you will or won't have. It'll decide how stressed out you're going to be the rest of your life. How quickly you're going to age. Maybe you think you're not going to age, but believe me, you try having some bitch chasing you through family court for 18 years. Ever notice people with kids have a few more miles in the odometer? They look older than the rest of us. They do. And because I know that my boys love to get a piece of action, I'm trying to help you not to fall into the biggest pitfall there is. We've gotten a lot of mail about this subject, and I just want to give you a few examples. And if you haven't given this thought lately, maybe you want to pay attention to what I'm about to read you. Here's one from J.P. J.P. writes in, it says, Tom, I know Leykis 101 says don't ever date a single mom. Well, I made that mistake. This single mom said she was fixed. She claimed she had her tubes tied. Well, somehow she got pregnant. It's not somehow, pal. Those tubes were never tied, and you never had any proof of that. JP says, I threw the Hail Mary, but it was intercepted. It didn't work. She's going to have the baby only 5 to 6 weeks into the pregnancy. I live in California, and I have an attorney contacting me. What steps can I take to minimize my financial liability? Number one, you need to hire an attorney today. And number two, my guess, just a guess because I'm not an attorney, there's nothing you can do. Child support is based on a formula. It's a formula that consists of a percentage of your gross income. They figure out how much you make, and they take a percentage, usually around 25 to 30% of your gross income, which could be half of what you take home. I warned you not to date a single mother, pal, but you did it anyway. You were smarter than me. Now the attorney's contacting you 6 weeks into the pregnancy. Yeah. JP goes on to say she won't have an abortion. She doesn't want me in the baby's life. Yeah, when I told her I'd get papers so she could take full custody, she balked. I have a funny feeling that she will hit me up for money and lots of it. What can I do? Pal, you should have asked this before you stuck it in a single mother. Before you believed what a single mother said to you. And because you know about the Hail Mary, you know I've told you not to do this, and you did it anyway. And now you want me to help you. I don't feel sorry for you. I really don't. I mean, the best thing I can tell you is get an attorney, pal, because you're about to get on a roller coaster ride that could last for 18 years, you moron, you schmuck. You know, I warn the boys about this stuff all the time, and I know a lot of you guys going, hey, yeah, Tom, and then you go ahead and do it anyway. And this is what happens, boys. If you're thinking about having sex with a single mother, this is what happens. JP wraps up his email by saying any advice would be greatly appreciated. And he says, advice would be passed through an attorney so there would be no liability on your end. Well, there is no liability on my end, pal, because I said I'm not an attorney. And my only advice to you is to hire an attorney. The other advice I gave you was, in retrospect, you shouldn't have dated a single mother, but you did it anyway. Stupid. I'll bet you won't do it again, you moron. You're just a jerk. You're a big fat jerk, and now you're going to pay for it. Amazing. Mike from L.A. writes in, and I'm just reading Mike's email to you. This is not to be constituted as an endorsement. I'm just going to relay what Mike from L.A. said in his email, okay? So remember, this is not me talking. I will stay out of this altogether. I will not tell you if I have an opinion about this. I'm merely going to relay it to you. Here's what Mike from L.A. said. 2 lines, very simple. I got my girl pregnant. So I took her to Raging Waters, got her in the black hole, and boom, the problem was gone. Tom, I thought it was great. Signed, Mike from L.A. No comment on that one. Finally, and several of you sent this in to me. This appeared in the Seattle Post-Intelligencer. There apparently is an advice column in there called Dear Carolyn. I've never heard of this column, but here it is. And I love how this appears in the Seattle paper. I'm just amazed how many of these kinds of advice column letters appear in the paper in Seattle, of all places. Dear Carolyn, I have a child who is 9 months old, and I want another one. I have been with my boyfriend for almost a year, since July. Now think about this. That means she was 3 months pregnant when she started dating this guy. Which makes you wonder what happened to the father of the first one. She says, my boyfriend isn't the father of my baby, obviously. But I would like to have one of his. I haven't told him when I am ovulating because I figured that would be the best way to get pregnant. But it still hasn't happened. Now, by the way, you see this? This is somebody who is not using a rubber. This is somebody who is living in denial or has been lied to by this individual. She says, I feel I am being deceitful by not telling him what I am trying to do. He is in college full-time and I am part-time. Should I tell him? He's in college full-time. And this girl, who signed herself Confused, has no problem ruining this guy's college education, ruining his future career. None. No problem. Has barely a twang or a pang of guilt about this. It's minimal. Because it's all about her and what she wants. And we have laws that allow her to take this man's future away. He's an idiot for having sex with her without a condom. He's an idiot. So I'm on the record, he's an idiot. But still, we have laws that allow women to do this kind of thing, and it's outrageous. I want to say one other thing here, just to make this clear for you boys out there who might have heard this. Because I know this kind of thing can happen. How many times, I'm going to try to put this delicately so I don't get bleeped, okay? How many times have you been in bed with a woman and you are aroused? Have you ever had this happen to you? You're aroused, and the woman you're with, before you get a chance to pull out a condom or unwrap it or anything, she leaps on top of you and starts humping away. And you are not wearing a condom. Sometimes she may even say to you, like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Here, I'm just still around. I got to get up. Oh, I got to get up. And then she just starts riding you like a pony. I'm sure that's happened to every man out there at least once, right? You with me so far? She leaps on top of you, starts riding you like a pony before you have a chance to put a condom on. And, of course, because you're a guy, you are very unlikely, and she knows it, you are very unlikely to push her off and say, no, not till I put the condom on. In theory, that makes sense. That's what you should do. That's what I hope you would do. That's certainly what I wish I have always done. But if I'm being honest with you, I must tell you, there have been rare instances where a woman just, before I could do anything, she just leaped up there and started riding. I said, wait, no. And then she went for it, okay? Now, fortunately, I have never gotten caught short. I have never had to pay up on that. But have you ever been with a woman? Now, think about this for a second, okay? Ever been with a woman who got up, rode you like a pony, you're not wearing a condom, then she got knocked up? 6 weeks later, she says, oh, guess what? I'm going to have a baby. So you say to her, no, you're not. That's terrible. You're not going to have a baby. And she's like, well, I thought that's what you wanted. What made you think I wanted that? Well, you and I had sex a few weeks ago, and we weren't using a condom, and I just thought that meant you didn't want to prevent it. You wanted to have a baby. A woman who says that to you is on another planet. She is in complete denial. Let me make this real clear so all the women out there and many of you boys understand this, okay? When a man is aroused, many times he isn't thinking, isn't careful, is engaging in risky behavior, all of which is wrong, by the way, and I'm not endorsing that. But I'm wondering if women really do believe that. Do you really believe when you leap on top of somebody and go, no, you condom, come on, let's just go for it. Come on, let's go. When you do that, ladies, do you really think that means he wants to have a baby? You're dreaming. You are dreaming. I mean, I have heard women say to me things like, I couldn't believe it. I thought he wanted to have a baby because we weren't using a condom, and I thought that, of course I thought that meant he wanted to have a baby. Just because guys do irresponsible things in the heat of the moment doesn't mean we want to have a baby. Where do you get this idea? Just because we do something stupid doesn't mean we wanted to have a baby. I'm not saying all guys don't want to have babies, but what I am saying is when you leap on top of us and start humping away without giving us a chance to put a condom on, that does not mean, because we don't throw you down with violent force and make you stop, that doesn't mean we want to have a baby. Well, how many of you have been in that position? Or how many of you women out there were under the mistaken, misguided impression that because a man didn't just throw you off onto the floor and say, get off me, that meant he wanted to have a baby? This is all about communication and lack of saying. The only time a man wants to have a baby, ladies, is when he says to you, you know what? I want to have a baby. Now. Here's another thing that gets miscommunicated. Another example. How about when a man says, I'd like to have kids someday. Have you ever said that one, right? I like kids. Like a woman says to you, do you want to have kids? Yeah. Someday I'd like to have kids. And then 8 weeks later, she's pregnant. And it's like, what are you doing? Well, you said you wanted to have kids someday. It's great. Well, I'm pregnant right now. No, it's not great. That meant someday means someday in the future. Like a year or more. In the distance. Calendar pages will be flipping. Time will be passing. You know, like that, like movies in the 30s and 40s where you would see the calendar pages flying by. You're going to see a lot of that before you want to have the baby. The fact that a guy who's 23, 25, 30, whatever he is, says that someday he'd like to have a baby, that doesn't mean now. And boys, when a woman says to you, would you like to have a baby? Be very careful how you answer that question. Because that probably means that she's thinking about it today. Not 5 years from now, but right now. And she's not going to take a chance that you're going to say no, so she's very vague about it. Be very careful. Does any of this ring true for you?
Tom Leykis.
Tom Leykis?
Leykis.
Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
You're the best thing to happen to men since remote control.
Thank you.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis, only on Hot Dog 1080 KOTK.
800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Sarah, hello.
Hi. Earlier when you were talking about Simon and Kathy, you were saying how a guy shouldn't be with a girl and have sex with her if he didn't know for a fact that she was going to go and have an abortion if she ended up pregnant.
Right.
Okay. Well, then Kathy was saying how she shouldn't use any birth control because she would get an abortion if she was pregnant. And it's like, okay, yes, even no matter what surgery you have, there's going to be risks. But most women, not all, but most, plan on having kids at some point in their lives. If she wants to have kids, why would she want to have an abortion? Not at that time, but at any time, because when you have an abortion, you run a higher risk of not being able to have kids, period.
First of all, that's a lie.
That's not true.
That is a lie. So many women who've had abortions later had kids. That is a complete
over and over again.
That is a complete lie. By the way, while we're on the subject of danger, pregnancy is far more dangerous than an abortion.
No, it's not.
Oh yes, and more women die having babies than they do having abortions.
That's probably because more women have babies than they do have abortions.
I don't care what the reason is. The point is, pregnancy is a more dangerous procedure than an abortion.
But if you want to have kids, then you're gonna get pregnant.
If you want to have kids, you're gonna get pregnant. Well, yes, of course.
Well, exactly. So if you want to have kids, why have an abortion?
Because you don't want to have them now.
Exactly. So why don't you give them up for adoption if you have the kid?
Because, number one, these kids, you probably heard about this, now are getting all kinds of information about who their birth parents are, and they're coming back like tales from the crypt. They're coming back to haunt people. We had a woman on this show a couple of days ago who has a 30-year-old daughter who showed up at her front door. You know what? People don't want that. They don't want that.
Then you just tell the person when they arrive. Look,
no, they don't want anyone arriving at the front door. You don't understand. I, for example, don't want anyone coming to the front door. If I had an accident over the years, I don't want a knock at the front door. I don't want to have to explain it to anyone. I don't want it.
All right, but see, you're also a guy. Girls who want to have kids, they're running a...
You've said this 3 times. I'm not going to let you spread that kind of misinformation on the program. And it is misinformation. Our toll-free telephone number is 1-800-5800-TOM. More of our telephone calls with you coming up.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Like it.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Jose on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello?
Is that a question or a statement, Jose?
Actually, I was listening to the show earlier when that guy called with his girlfriend, when he had his girlfriend on the other line. And I've been having that same problem with my girlfriend.
Which problem is that?
About the pill problem.
What, she won't take a pill?
Yeah, she won't take a pill, and she doesn't like it when I wear a condom and stuff like that.
Well,
and,
Jose, your girlfriend, is she Caucasian?
No, she's actually American.
Well, when I say Caucasian, I mean white.
Well, yeah, she's pretty white.
Is she a white girl?
What was that?
She's a white girl.
She's a white girl.
You're calling from Olympia, Washington. Jose,
I am.
Are you a regular listener?
Actually, Tom, I just started listening not too long ago.
Look around you, Jose.
Okay.
Where you are in the state of Washington, there are more white single mothers than anywhere I've ever been in my entire life.
Oh, she's not a single mother.
Not yet.
Oh.
How old is she?
She's only 18.
Why in the world would she not want you to wear a condom?
I don't know.
Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, just like I was listening to the other guy.
Did you ever think about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Do you ever do anything about it?
I'm in love with this girl. I really am. I'm in love with
so you're already prepared for when she comes to you and tells you she's pregnant.
Well, not really. You know, I try to do what I can.
Which is what?
To keep her happy and to keep her from getting pregnant.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do to keep her from getting pregnant?
It's not much.
What do you
pull
do?
Out, I guess, but
no, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know that pulling? Wait, no, I'm not letting you off that easy, pal.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not. Do you know the pull-out method does not work?
Well, I've been with her for a year and a half, Tom, and so far it's worked.
So far, you're lucky. You spun the wheel and you won.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know how? Do you know how I know this, Jose?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna clean this up for the radio. If you don't understand what I'm telling you, stop me. All right.
Okay.
Have you ever pleasured yourself, Jose? Yes, you have.
Yeah.
You're a guy. Don't. Come on, please. We've all done it. Stop.
Oh yeah.
You've done it. Did you ever take a look at Big Jim when you're doing it?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever notice that before the money shot that Big Jim likes to drool a little bit? Did ya?
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Soldiers.
That's baby batter, baby.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, Jose. It's not I guess so. That's what it is.
Okay, true. Very true.
The pull-out method does not work. You've just been lucky. There are plenty of people who don't pull out at all who don't get pregnant for a year.
Yeah, well, I thought I wasn't going to be that stupid to just do it in there, but obviously I am just for
yes,
doing it like that.
And you're in the capital, in the capital of Washington State. You're in the capital of white single mothers.
In fact, I'm actually parked right by the lake right now.
Uh-huh, okay.
I can see the capital from here.
Let me ask you about your girl. She's how old, 18?
18.
Uh-huh. How about her mother? Is her mother married?
Yes, she is.
To her father?
No.
No, of course not. Was her mother with a man or married when she had your girlfriend?
Yeah, she was. She was married.
And how old was she when that happened?
She was actually young. She was actually younger than her. I think she was 17 when she had it.
I'm shocked. And so let me understand this. You do agree with me that most daughters end up doing things like their mom. They look like them, dress like them, grow fat like them, or whatever it is mom does, daughter tends to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So mom had a baby at 17, and your girlfriend is 18 and doesn't like you using the condom. Are you getting the picture here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. After this last caller, that's the reason why I called, actually. I was actually kind of shy to call.
She wants to have a baby.
What was that?
Your girlfriend wants to have a baby.
Yes, she does, and she actually tells me that.
Oh, wow! Wait a minute. She tells you that.
Yeah, but then she kind of, realizes, and I make her think, and then she doesn't want to have a baby.
Jose, no. She tells you she doesn't want to have a baby because she's afraid you'll break up with her.
That could be it. That could be true.
Not could be, pal. I mean, you have power here. Why didn't you just say, I'm using the condom. If you don't like it, get out?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen now. No, that's what's going to happen now, actually.
Even that is not good enough because you know now she wants to have a baby. Are you going to college, Jose?
Actually, I'm just about to graduate on the 5th from high school.
All right. Are you going to college?
I haven't thought about it at the moment, but
you haven't thought about it? It's 3 months away. The fall is 3 months away.
I don't want to start college right away.
What do you mean you don't want to start right away? Why not? You want to be another loser who's going to go work at the garage for a while you think about what you want to do?
I have a scholarship, actually.
To what?
I got me a Latino scholarship from Bill Gates.
Uh-huh. And why aren't you going right to college?
I wanted to see if I could just take some classes at a time and not just myself. And
why?
Well, first of all, I live with my girlfriend.
Why?
That's what all my friends say. Why?
I'm asking you now. Now I want an answer. Why?
I don't know.
You're an idiot. That's why. Why do you need to live with this girl?
No, I don't think I need to live with her.
Are you? And now, by the way, now the truth came out. Why aren't you going to school right away and taking a full set of courses? Because you're living with your girlfriend. And you're going to let your girlfriend ruin your life. You're going to let her take away your college? You're going to let her take away your career? You're going to let her take your money? You're a completely pussy-whipped individual. Don't laugh. I'm not kidding. I'm as serious as a heart attack.
Oh, I know.
So why are you... She's the first girl to give it up to you, Jose? Is that why you're so in love with her?
Yeah.
There we go. So we have the whole thing figured out here. Her mom had a kid when she was 17. So mom is what, 35 now?
No, actually, her mom is, I think, 37.
37. All right. Still pretty young.
Yeah.
And you're not even sure what her age is. Right?
What was that?
You're not even sure what her mom's age is. You're guessing here.
No, I think she is 37.
37.
She's 37.
Uh-huh. Okay. And your girlfriend tells you she wants to have a baby. And your response to that is to do the pull-out method, which is guaranteed to get you a baby at some point. Write it down. Don't you think about this stuff? Don't you care enough about yourself?
I do.
No, you don't. You are prepared to give up going to college for some broad who's trying to get knocked up. Mm-hmm. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
You have a Microsoft scholarship to a university. And instead of going to college, you want to hang out with your girlfriend who's telling you she's trying to have a baby. Do your parents know this?
Yeah.
Not
that.
Why don't you tell them? Aren't you proud?
Well, I am.
What do you think they would say if they knew that you had a scholarship, but you decided to delay going to school so you can hang out and impregnate your girlfriend? We can call your parents right now and discuss it with them if you like. What do you think they'd say? You think they'd be proud parents, Jose?
Not too proud.
If your parents wouldn't be proud, does that tell you something?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've known them all along. I just want to see what you had to tell them.
Pal, if you knew, you wouldn't be in the position.
Yeah.
So you have to get out of it.
That's what I'm going to have to do.
And, pal, listen up. You have to go to school.
That's certain.
Full time. 16 credits. Out of the chute.
That's true.
Not in 2 years.
True.
You move in with the first chick that gives it up to you. You are such a classic case, pal. Do you understand? Your girl is not a 10. I can tell you that right now. You're in Olympia, Washington, 18-year-old.
Actually, she's
Please.
She's a pretty good.
Pretty good is not
8.5.
Yeah, what? An Olympia 8.5 or Los Angeles 8.5? Yeah, I know. Listen, pal. If you went to college and got a degree and made the kind of money you could make, do you know how much hotter pieces of ass would be available to you? Do you know how many more women would give it up to you if you had money and a career?
I'm not really looking for a girl who's going to be looking at me for my money.
Pal.
Be interested in me for my money.
Pal.
But I know what you mean. I get the point.
You were prepared to give all that up for some chick merely because she was the first one to spread her legs for you.
No, I don't think I'm going to do that.
That's the direction you're going. Hold on here.
Lately, I've been giving a lot of thought. That's why I also got the...
It's time to stop thinking and start doing.
To call you and...
It's time to stop thinking and start doing. Step 1, kick her ass out. Step 2, start applying to all those colleges you've been ignoring. Doesn't your father kick your ass? Where is he?
He's actually in Mexico. That's my dad. My dad's in Mexico.
And where's your mom?
I used to live with my mom.
So your parents split up. It's a quinella. It's every element, every symptom. You're a pussy because your dad left you.
I don't know if I'm a pussy because of that.
You're a complete pussy. You are pussified. Hold on, Chuck, what did you want to say here to Jose?
I want to say one thing to Jose. First of all, you're stupid. And let me tell you what's happened. You're going to get the district attorney on your ass, and they're going to take 35% of your income. How do I know? Because it's happened to me. I had my ex-wife to come back at me after 30 years, and I lost my car, my driver's license, and my second marriage because of some dumb stuff like this. You need to get a hold of yourself, young man, and I get hold of it real quick because you sound stupid. You know, this him-hawing back and forth. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't. That sounds stupid. You sound like you're 15, and maybe you are. But I'm telling you, you're going to lose everything behind this. Thank you, Tom. Great show.
Thank you, Chuck, for the call. Joe, what did you want to say to Jose here?
Jose, man, quit being a pussy. Take your skirt off and go to college. Man, when I was 19, I had a full ride to Central Michigan University to play football. I didn't take it because of some bitch. I went to community college instead. Do the right thing. Take the scholarship. Go to school. There's plenty of more women in college than just having one woman that probably will never amount to anything.
By the way, Jose, what is she studying to become?
She's actually going to start going to beauty college.
Beauty college. Oh, this is such a stereotype, I can't stand it. It's like, she's got to go to beauty school. She's got to be a beautician. That's a great paying career. That's a perfect career to do for a couple of years, filing other people's nails until finally you get your boyfriend to knock you up. Don't you ever think about any of this?
Oh, I do.
But when are you going to do something about it?
Pretty much starting today, I guess, you know.
What are you going to do today?
Well, first of all, once again, you know, I do love this girl. Maybe, go to school for sure.
You should not be living with any woman at this time.
True. Yes, I should not.
So it's time to move out.
Yeah, probably.
Back in with your parents. Back in with your parents if you have to. No, that means like now. You start packing.
Yeah.
You move back in with your mother, and then you prepare to go to school.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, actually.
Well, you know what? We've got your phone number, and I'm going to ram this up your ass until you do it. Do you understand?
All right.
I'm not. If you try to disappear on me or slink away, I will play this tape of you on the air until you're so humiliated. I have this whole conversation on tape. You will be embarrassed permanently. Do you understand?
All right.
See, you need a dad around to kick your ass.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis. Only on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
Tom Leykis Show. Trudy, hello.
Tom?
Trudy.
Hi.
Hi.
Tom, I want to encourage you to do this. I'm a psychologist in the community. I've been in the business for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Good. I didn't know if my phone went anyway.
No, I can hear you.
Tom, I have been a psychologist for 20 years.
Yes.
I have seen this happen from 15 to 100 years old. Now, I'm not kidding you, and you know I'm not lying to you. It ruins their lives. Now, I got to tell you, I don't condone Leykis 101, but I got to tell you, you are the only one that talks about this. You have to keep talking about this because no one else talks about it. Their lives are ruined. I don't care how old they are, and I'm telling you, it's really tragic when guys well, 30 and 50 and older come in, their lives are ruined, and she will hit you up. These girls are smart. They know what they're doing, and Tom, you're the only one that talks about it. Cuss them out if you have to. Call them the names you're calling them. It is a reality, and I don't know why they don't get it. And
it's tough love, and somebody has to do this.
1-800-5800-TOM.
One thing I can recommend for any of our listeners getting married, take a good long look at your balls. Because if the woman has her way, you'll never see them again.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Mona, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I wanted to tell you thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much for telling these kids how it is. I'm a 29-year-old teacher in the Seattle area, and my kids in junior high are starting to mess around with each other, and it's sick. And it worries me that they're not using protection, and someone's got to tell them it's not